Hey everybody, my name is Jesse and welcome to My Wrestling Show, the place where we talk about all things wrestling. And this week we have a great duel on the books. We have Virginia Tech going to wrestle at The Ohio State University. This is going to be an excellent duel. I'm very excited about it. Friday, 7 p.m. on the Big Ten Network Plus. Ohio State is the favorite for this duel. There's no doubt about that. However, I think Virginia Tech could make this duel very interesting. Out of the 10 bouts, I've labeled 4 bouts as toss-up bouts. That could really be a coin flip. It could go either way. I've labeled 2 bouts where there is a clear favorite, but that wrestler needs to come ready to scrap, because if they are not, the other wrestler will upset them and get the victory. And then I've labeled 4 bouts as there is a clear and heavy favorite, and it would take a lot for the other wrestler to get the upset. Let's go ahead and dive into the match weight by weight. At 125 pounds, we have our first toss-up match. Number 25, Eddie Ventresca versus number 11, Malik Heinzelman. Eddie has looked really solid this year. He's beaten his teammate Cooper Flynn in the wrestle-off and earned the starting spot. But Malik Heinzelman has also looked pretty solid. He has a really quality win, 5-3 over Oklahoma's Joey Prada. I almost went with Eddie Ventresca here, but I ultimately had to go with the veteran Malik Heinzelman to win this bout. I think if Eddie wins this bout, the final score is a 3-2 type of match. At 133 pounds, we have number 19, Sam Latona versus number 11, Jesse Mendez. This match I labeled also as a toss-up. So we could get, it really comes down to which Sam Latona we get. Do we get the Sam Latona that is an All-American, that has a lot of potential, an ACC champ, or do we get the Sam Latona that can have some funny losses, some strained bouts? This past week he lost to Franklin and Marshall's Pat Phillips, so he has some strange losses. But he also is a All-American. He has a lot of quality wins. And so it really comes down to what Sammy Latona comes out. Jesse Mendez, he is a true freshman. He had a solid win over Lucas Bird, who is a 2-time All-American. He was the number 3 ranked freshman coming out of the class of 2022. He's going to be really, really good. In this bout, I have to go with Jesse Mendez to get the win here for the Ohio State Buckeyes. At 149 pounds, we have our third toss-up bout with number 16, Tom Crook versus number 7, Dylan D'Amelio. Now, Tom Crook, he didn't start the year as the projected starter. Many believed it would be Colin Girardi, but Tom Crook has ended up being a really nice surprise for the Virginia Tech Hokies. He has beaten Colin Girardi in the wrestle-off for the starting spot, and he's had a couple really nice wins. Most recently, he's beaten Lachlan McNeil of UNC, who is a really solid win for Tom Crook. Dylan D'Amelio, I'm not sure that he will wrestle this match. He did lose to Jordan Decatur in the wrestle-offs, and this weekend he injury defaulted and then later medically forfeited out of the tournament. So I wouldn't be shocked if we don't see Dylan D'Amelio. We may see Jordan Decatur in this match. Either way, I like Tom Crook to ultimately get the upset here and put the Virginia Tech Hokies on the board with 3 points. Now there is a slight caveat here. With the new freshman rule, Ohio State could put out true freshman Nick Bouzakis in this match. True freshmen can now wrestle in 5 regular season attached competitions. Does Ohio State use Nick Bouzakis in this bout? I personally don't think they will. I think they save him for some Big Ten duels. I don't think they use him in this duel, but it is an option and something to keep an eye on Friday night. And if Nick Bouzakis does wrestle, that could make things really interesting. I think I would still go with Tom Crook. I think Nick Bouzakis is a 133-pounder, and so he would be giving up a little bit of weight here. So I still think Tom Crook probably ultimately pulls out the win. But it would certainly make things really interested to see another true freshman come out and see what they have. At 149 pounds, we have number 27, Caleb Hinson, versus number 2, Sammy Sasso. I put this one as a heavy favorite towards Sammy Sasso. Now, if this duel was later in the year and we had more data around Caleb Hinson, I would maybe put it as a favorite leaning towards Sammy Sasso, but a match that he has to be 100% ready and prepared to wrestle in. I think Caleb Hinson could be really, really good. He was one of my 6 freshmen that I think could be future stars. He has a lot of potential here, although we just still don't have a lot of data on him. And so let's see. This is going to be a great test for Caleb Hinson to say, let's see what I got. I'm going up against a multiple-time All-American, a national finalist. Let's see what Caleb Hinson has for Sammy Sasso. But I am going to pick Sammy Sasso to get the victory over Caleb Hinson for the Ohio State Buckeyes. At 157 pounds, we have number 5, Bryce Andonian versus number 22, Paddy Gallagher. This is going to be a really fun match. I have this one as a heavy favorite towards Bryce Andonian, but I think this match could be really exciting. Bryce Andonian has a very exciting style of wrestling. He will throw you, he'll trip you, he'll drop you on your head. He is so fun to watch, very scrambly, and is always an entertaining match. Now, Virginia Tech's going to try to win this duel. They want to beat Ohio State. And I think Bryce Andonian is going to come out looking for that pin. I think he's going to be super aggressive. I think he's going to be hunting for that pin versus Paddy Gallagher. Ultimately, I think Bryce Andonian gets the major decision over Paddy Gallagher and scores 4 points for the Virginia Tech Hokies. At 165 pounds, we have number 29, Connor Brady versus number 6, Carson Harchla. Carson Harchla is the heavy favorite in this match. I think he's going to be a little frustrated that he did lose his wrestle off. I think he's going to be hunting for a major decision here. Connor Brady is a quality wrestler. I think he holds him off. He's tough to score on. I think Carson's going to be chasing that major decision, but doesn't quite get it. I think he only wins by 6 or 7 points, but gets a decision for the Ohio State Buckeyes. At 174 pounds, we have the national champ in number 2, Mekhi Lewis versus number 6, Ethan Smith. Now, they've wrestled before. It was a 6-4 decision in the favor of Mekhi Lewis. I have labeled this one as Mekhi. I wanted to put it as a toss-up, but I couldn't in good faith put a returning national champ. Mekhi Lewis won the national championship a few years back, not last year, but he is a national champ. I couldn't in good faith put Mekhi Lewis, a national champion, in a toss-up match over a guy he has beaten before. So I put Mekhi Lewis as the favorite, but certainly one he has got to be ready for. Ethan Smith is a quality opponent wrestling in the Covelli Center at Ohio State. He's going to be ready. He's going to want to get a marquee win over a guy like Mekhi Lewis. I think Mekhi Lewis does win this match. I think it'll be another 5-3, 6-4 kind of match in Mekhi Lewis's favor, getting 3 points for the Virginia Tech Hokies. At 184 pounds, I have this one as a toss-up. I almost put this one as a favorite towards Caleb Romero, but Again, I think this is a true toss-up match. Remember, Hunter Bolin, he was the number 2 seed in the 2020 NCAA tournament that didn't take place. And he is a returning All-American from a couple years ago. He is a really good wrestler. But Caleb Romero has looked really good this year. Caleb Romero has gotten better each and every season. Caleb Romero just beat Matt Finesilver of Michigan 12-5, narrowly missing out on that major decision. And so Hunter Bolin's really tough to score on, but he struggles at times creating offense. And for that reason, I like Caleb Romero here to get this victory for Ohio State. 3 points for the Ohio State Buckeyes. At 197 pounds, we have Andy Smith versus number 14, Gavin Hoffman. Gavin Hoffman is a returning All-American. Andy Smith was not in the starting lineup last year, but has earned that spot this year. He will be excited to represent the Virginia Tech Hokies against Gavin Hoffman. This is a heavy favorite to the lean of Ohio State. I do think Andy Smith keeps it to a decision, and so it'll only be 3 points for the Ohio State Buckeyes. And lastly, at 285 pounds, number 18, Hunter Katka versus number 7, Tate Orndorff. This match, again, I wanted to put as a toss-up. I really think a lot of Hunter Katka, but I couldn't, in good faith, put Tate Orndorff in a toss-up match with Hunter Katka. Tate Orndorff is a All-American. He is a really quality heavyweight wrestler. So I put this one as a lean favorite to Tate Orndorff, but he's got to be ready. I think Hunter Katka is much improved over the past couple seasons. He had a really good win, 4-1 over Michael Wolfgram of West Virginia. That is a quality win over a national qualifier level guy. And so Tate Orndorff's going to have to be ready, but I do think Tate Orndorff gets this win in the Covelli Center. 3 points for the Ohio State Buckeyes. That finishes off, guys, with a final score of 21-10. Again, if I did my math right, 21-10 in the favor of the Ohio State Buckeyes. But the great thing about duels is even though the team score could be lopsided to one team or the other, that doesn't mean the duel wasn't super competitive. There are a lot of matches in this duel that could go either way. Virginia Tech could win at 125. They could pull that match off. Sammy Latona, he is an All-American. He is a quality wrestler. He could beat Jesse Mendez. There are some other matches. Hunter Bolin, he could beat Caleb Romero. And so Ohio State's got to be ready. But I think the Covelli Center, it's an awesome venue. It's going to be rocking. It's going to be noisy. The first big match of the year for the Ohio State Buckeyes. I think they come out with the victory. So that's my take on the Virginia Tech at Ohio State wrestling duel. It's going to be an exciting match. I hope you tune in. Guys, Virginia Tech fans, Ohio State fans, let me know where I underestimated somebody or overestimated somebody. Like, subscribe. Let's build a community around the sport that we love. And remember, if you don't subscribe, your kid might end up being a basketball player. We'll see you next time.